Now the Republicans once again have the majority of the House of Representatives. The first question on everyone's mind is, will they be able to cut spending and fix the economy as promised in the party's pledge to America? Now, yesterday on Meet the Press, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie warned his fellow Republicans that the time to act on those promises is right now.
We know some of the feelings about the Democrats, about President Obama's policies, but look at this from the exit polls in terms of the opinion of political parties. Republicans didn't fare too well either, 52% unfavorable rating. What does that say about the Republican Party today?
Yeah, I think what it says is what I was saying all over the country, that it's put up or shut up time for our party. You know, we lost our way last decade, David, we did, and the people expect us to do better. And if the Republican Party wants to come back, they have to do what they said they were going to do, because if they don't, we're going to be sent to the wilderness for a long time, and we're going to deserve it.
All right, so will fiscal conservatism be at the top of the agenda for both the Republicans in the House and the Senate come January? Here with reaction is Pennsylvania Senator-elect Pat Toomey. Senator, welcome back. Congratulations on your win.
Thanks very much, Sean. Thanks for having me.
All right, you agree with Governor Christie? It's put up or shut up time?
Oh, absolutely. You know, I think we all understand this election was not a huge embrace of the Republican Party. I think people are understandably still skeptical about how Republicans will govern. It was a huge rejection of this really radical lurch to the left that we've witnessed in the last couple of years. But we've really got to earn the trust and respect of the American voters now.
All right, so in that sense, what you're saying to me, I think is a line that I've used, is that Republicans will be on probation. Is that what you, and if they're on probation, what is it specifically they've got to do that'll get the confidence of the American people that gave the biggest electoral victory in 70 years?
Yeah, I think that's a fair way to put it, probation. That's not a bad metaphor to use. I think there are two big things that Republicans have to focus on like a laser. The first is maximizing economic growth. You know, this election was very much about the fact that the misguided policies we've seen over the last couple of years are preventing us from having a strong recovery. The American people justifiably want the strong economic recovery that we could be having and should be having. So economic growth is number one. Very closely related to that is restoring some fiscal sanity in Washington. We've got to get spending under control. If we don't, of course, it completely jeopardizes the opportunity to have economic growth. I think those are the twin things.
How do you do that when you have one House in Congress, the House of Representatives, you don't have a majority in the Senate, and you've got a president with a veto pen? How do you accomplish that?
Well, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how the dynamic plays out in the Senate. But former Speaker Gingrich made a point that I've been making for some time. There are a lot of Democratic members of the Senate who've been voting the wrong way for some time now, and they're facing re-election in some tough states in 2 years. It's not clear to me that we can't win over many of those Democrats for some fiscal discipline to cut back on spending.
Well, here's why I'm not confident that that's going to be the case. Is because, you know, we were told the Blue Dogs that you know, they might go against the president on health care. The president brings them in the Oval Office. Yeah. He twists their arms. Cornhusker kickback, Louisiana Purchase. They go along with the president. You know, so why would we expect a different result?
Well, Sean, I'm hopeful. I'm not sure that we'll get a different result. But one thing that's different is a major historic election has occurred now. And that wasn't the case prior to the health care vote. Look, I think they voted the wrong way on that health care bill, as you know. But now they've got a much stronger reason to reconsider the trajectory they've been on. And boy, the American people really want us to get spending under control.
What do you say if the president, because I was asking Speaker Gingrich, you're going to have a lame duck come back in the middle of this month and sometime next week, and Democrats are not going to want to extend the Bush tax cuts fully. And if they offer some type of compromise, will Republicans take it or say no way?
If the compromise means some people are going to get a tax increase, we should say no way, because, frankly, there's a majority in both houses right now that would vote in favor of avoiding a tax increase for anybody. And that's what we're talking about, right? We're talking about avoiding this massive tax increase that some on the left have proposed. And if we can't avoid that by having a long extension, I'd like to make the tax rates, current rates, permanent. If we can't at least get a very long extension, then we should wait till the new Congress is sworn in, where we'll clearly have, you know, easily be able to carry those votes. then send it to the president and, you know, have a very clear choice.
All right, Pat Toomey, congratulations on your electoral success, and we'll look forward to watching you come in January. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Sean.
And coming up.